how not to choose your academic subjects, what are the decision considerations, how should you be making the decisions. Watch this video to know more. Do you know 62% of all the dropouts are from schools? And of course the number one reason is poverty and financial crisis, but one of the major reasons is to do with the choice of subjects. It's to do with students feeling disengaged with what they're studying. They feel that it's not adding value. And why is it so? What story is this data telling us? The simple story it is telling us is that we mess around so much in the way we choose our subjects. And when I'm saying choose our subjects, I mean choosing the basic streams from arts to commerce to science or pure science, bioscience. Probably when you are moving from your grade 10 or boards to class 11 or intermediate, whatever you may call it, that we make a major mistake there. We make decision based on job prospects. We make decision based on what our friends are doing, but seldom do we make the decision based on our interest. So let's see how we should make those decisions. So we'll see a 2x2 matrix with x-axis being your interest, y-axis being the job prospects. Now there are 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 where the job prospects are less and your interest is less. If you choose a subject from that area, you will neither have success nor you have fulfillment. If you go to quadrant 3, you will have both, and that is the most aspired quadrant. If you look at quadrant 2, you will have great fulfillment because you are interested in what you are studying, but you may not have success necessarily. Again, I'm talking of probabilities, not certainties. And quadrant 4 is where you will get success, but you never know what happens to your fulfillment. And I can tell you a vast majority of people are stuck there, and that's why there is so much mediocrity omnipresent everywhere. So how should you be approaching it? The number one principle: focus on interest. Interest should be your primary deliverable. Interest should be your primary driver of making the decision. Hence, I will black out quadrant 1 and 4. I will not even consider that. Now, once you have done that, now let's say we will have to make a decision based on quadrant 2 and 3. So we will superimpose the streams that we have on this, namely arts, commerce and science. So in my opinion, science and commerce, just by the nature of their studies and stuff, has slightly or relatively little bit more job prospects than arts, right? I mean, again, I'm not against arts. What I'm saying is, because these roles prepare you for industry, hence there is a little bit more chances of getting a better job prospect, and hence I say that I will put them above and I'll put arts in the lower here, as you can see, with the caveat that not all art streams come with lower job prospects. There are some like eco, which has wonderful job prospects, and there are many more. So I'm going to put arts at the top as well. Now, how you have to make a decision. Let's say you are a 10th grade student. Let's say because I don't see a difference between you and I. We both are the same. So let's say I am facing a decision on your behalf of how do I make a choice for my class 11th. If I am interested in science, great. There's no dilemma. Science has higher prospect. I go and take science. The question comes bio or pure, and I will tell you many of the parents, siblings, they kind of suggest that take both so that you have both the options of engineering and medicine open for you after 12th. I strongly oppose that opinion, because you are basically suggesting a recipe where someone, if wants to prepare for engineering, is going to spend a lot of time in doing bio, which is not going to add any value from an entrance perspective, from a L&D, learning and development perspective. So you have to be very clear whether human anatomy attracts you or machines attract you. If human anatomy attracts you, go the bio route. If machines, go the pure science route and leave the bio. You have to be super focused, laser focused, and optimize all your energy and time in something that you truly want to pursue. So that would be my suggestion there, that choose either. If you are interested in numbers, in accounting and finance, go ahead with commerce, and don't fall trap to some of the ideas of your friends and relatives that science is a little bit better. If you are interested in commerce, it gives you enough and more in terms of job prospects. Go ahead with that. Now let's talk about arts, because that gets a bit tricky. Now, as a young student in class 10, you are faced with a decision. You love arts, let's say. It could be history, it could be eco, it could be political science, anything. You love it, and you also know and you are concerned genuinely that what about the job prospects? Here is my recipe for you. If you are genuinely interested, and interest doesn't mean, because you fear maths, you don't get good marks in maths, hence your interest is arts. No, that's not the distinction I'm talking here. If you genuinely are attracted towards the world of eco or the world of sociology, psychology, great, go ahead with that, but have a definitive plan in place. Number one, make sure you get awesome percentage marks in your board so that you get admitted in the best of the universities for your bachelor's. Number two, once you're doing bachelor's, craft a 3 to 5 year plan, which means, like 5 to 6, around 5 years after your intermediate, that what should be your direction. After your bachelor's, if you're still interested, go ahead with master's, get a PhD and take the academia route. That is one of the career trajectory if you're doing arts. Or you could sit in the job market, and I can tell you, it's a misnomer that arts doesn't provide you opportunity. It provides you a lot of opportunities. You can appear for all the government exams, the civil service exams, the probationary exams, the bank exams. You can apply in private sector. Even strategy houses actually recruit young bachelors from good reputed campuses for their as analysts in their consulting practice. So you have all the opportunities open for you, and let's say God forsake you get into a profession when you are really not interested in, no worries, you have MBA, work for a couple of years, it always adds value. Prepare for your CAT or ZAT, and then do an MBA and have an awesome career in the choice of your liking, in the profession of your liking. So that would be my recommendation. Craft a plan which is fit for purpose. Craft a plan which makes sure that you cover up your job prospect, the iffiness around that. And that brings me to the second principle, which is interest is primary, but job prospect is also important. Don't ignore that completely. Have that as your secondary area of focus. And if you find that your area of subject is not extremely promising from a job perspective, then create a plan. Create a learning journey. Have a definitive deadline by which you give your interests a chance to bloom in the form of a successful career. If it doesn't happen within the deadline, you should be ready to course correct. The third thing I'm going to tell you is, if you are focused on an unconventional career, then many people suggest that you need to study, that's important. I would say no. By unconventional career, I mean sports, music maybe, or acting, so on and so forth. So if someone is suggesting you should study, yes, of course you should study, but I will very strongly recommend, if you have found your passion, if you know your calling, if you know you're good at that and you want to invest in that, go ahead. Ignore your studies, that's absolutely okay. Yes, ignore your studies. That doesn't mean you will not complete your bachelor's or you'll fail your exams. No, you have to cross the threshold. So long you're passing in your exams, so long you are completing your bachelor's, absolutely fine. Go ahead, focus all your energy and focus into your passion, and let education be your hygiene and take care of it, and you will do brilliant in your life. So key takeaways for today. Number one, interest should be the primary driver of making choices of your academics or academic subjects. Number two, don't ignore job prospects. It's important, but it's a secondary consideration. If you are choosing a field which doesn't have great prospects, just plan your career, have a definitive timeline to achieve certain milestones, or course correct. And third, for unconventional career, be ready to work unconventionally, sideline your studies, complete your studies, but focus on what you really wanted to be great at. That's it for today. Stay focused. Take care. Bye.